Hi, I'm Louise. Welcome to Therapy Toolkit. So this is part one of the grounding techniques. What are they? First, just quickly. So grounding techniques are to bring you back in your body, to bring you back to the present, so the here and now. So they're great for anxiety, they're great for stress, overwhelm, sort of overthinking, sort of panic, so very good for panic attacks, flashbacks, and flashbacks are when you're there and then in some trauma or taken back to a time, so it takes you from the there and then, and they help to ground you back into the present, the right here, right now. So it's almost like a switch. Hopefully it's just something to bring you back to, okay, I'm safe, I'm right here, I'm right now, this is what's going on. So we'll go through a few, sort of section by section, and then you can try some out, because what works for one might not work for another, so it's really important to try them out and see what fits for you, really. Another thing to mention is grounding techniques. Why wait till you're having a panic attack to then try them out? Because when you're in that mindset, it's almost not too late, but it's better to try them out when you're in a good space. So when you're just feeling okay, so when you have an okay day or okay hour, then maybe try some out then. And then you will have them in ground. So this is why it's called the sort of toolkit, because we're trying to come up with things that you automatically go to. So you'll have practiced these and you'll have found a few that work for you, and then you'll think, okay, yes, I can practice this one because I know it'll be automatic. That's how we want to get it, really, with the grounded techniques. And they do sound very basic and really simple, some of them, but they are really effective and they do work. And great to practice daily a lot of the time with these. Also, what happens with sort of panic attacks, sort of flashbacks, things like that, and really high levels of anxiety. So we all have some anxiety, which we need, right? Because it sort of drives us forwards. Or you heard people say, oh, when I had this performance, I got through it because that little bit of anxiety I had got me through the performance. But anxiety, when it becomes debilitating and it sort of affects your everyday life, then it needs to be looked at. So when you're feeling overwhelmed or anxious, what happens, which I'll go through more into because that's a whole other video really, is with the brain, you go into what's called the fight or flight or freeze response, which is all back brain, all related to the amygdala. So it's fight or flight, and it basically is your smoke alarm, I call it. The back brain think of it as like a smoke alarm. It's been set off, your front brain goes back offline, which is your sort of calmer brain then. And so we need these techniques to take us back out of the fight or flight or freeze response and back into our body, back into, oh, okay, I'm here, just calmer. Okay, the first one we'll go through, I've got these written down, is box breathing. Box breathing is literally very simple. So imagine a box in front of you, okay, and you can almost imagine it in your head when you're doing this. So you breathe in for the count of 4, hold it for 4, breathe out for 4, and hold it for 4. Okay, so I'll do this now while imagining the box. So and that's it. So I was imagining the box when I was doing that. And some people count more, some people, you know, it depends, find whatever suits you, but normally I think 4 is quite nice. Otherwise, I've had people do it for the count of 9 and they wonder why they nearly passed out. That causes more stress, I would say. So box breathing, again, it's while you're doing your box breathing, it will slow everything down. So therefore your heart rate will slow down. And you could even do this while getting a pot of Vicks or something, or smelling something that you like. So a Vicks stick, for example, so you're holding it there and then you're smelling that. That's something else that would be really beneficial as well, but I'll speak more about that in a minute. So that's the box breathing, so that's number 1. So another one is colour. So, and this could be done anywhere. So you could be in a supermarket, or you could be, well, literally anywhere in your bedroom. So you could be at school. So you just literally pick a colour. Doesn't matter, it could be your favourite one or whatever colour comes to mind. So now I'm going to pick purple, because I like purple. So now I would look around where I am and see how many purple things I can see. But I'd also describe them, so I can either do this out loud or in my head. So if you're at home, you could take longer to do it. So I can see a picture which is purple, and it's got beautiful lavender flowers in the picture, and I can see a purple door and purple door frame. I can see purple skirting boards. I can see 2 pictures on the wall of bees, but the flowers that the bees are on are beautiful thistles just coming out, and they're purple, so they look really pretty. So this is the sort of thing you'd be describing in your head. So it's, if you can, wherever you are, describe it in your head in detail, the purple objects or what you see. If you're in the middle of a supermarket and you're feeling a bit panicked or stressed, then you could just maybe name them. Or if you're in a queue, because people very often feel anxious if they're still. So it could be in a waiting room, in a queue, that's quite common. So again, something you could do is just name things in your head or describe them in detail. Or if you're actually shopping, then to literally just name them as you're going around. So obviously you don't want to be stationary if you're actually doing your shop. So if you're in a queue, you could describe in your head the person that stood in front of you in the queue. So it could be, okay, they have grey curly hair, got a red coat that looks really soft and comfortable. They're wearing white trainers. I can't see the make from here, but so they're nice, they look really, really comfy. So whatever you see, and you can make it funny as well. So, but and the person, obviously you'll see in the back of them, so they're not going to think, why is this person staring at me? Because you're looking at the back of them. So whatever works for you, you know, if you're on the bus, just look out the window. Let's see how many red cars I can see, and I'm going to count them. So one thing, it's just distraction. So basically these are distraction techniques or grounding techniques, so which work on some levels for sure. So another one is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, and you might have heard of this one, it's quite a common one, again quite effective. So it's basically, you would name, again out loud or in your head, so 5 things first that you can see. So, and describe them if you can, if you've got time, so describe them. So 5 things I can see here. Okay, I can see a green plant. I can see my water bottle there, blue top, clear bottle. I can see another plant there to my left, which looks like bamboo, but like a baby one. I can see a red coat, very warm, very comfortable. And again, go back to that picture I'm always drawn to, I can see a beautiful canvas with forest scene with the sun just shining through the trees and going back to the purple flowers again. So that's 5 things I can see where I am. And again, you can do this wherever you are, just name them in your head. Then you go to 4 things. So the 4 things you can hear. Okay, so what can I hear while I'm sat here? I can hear my breathing, so I can hear that. I can hear it just slowly going in and going out. I can hear traffic on the road in the distance. I can hear that. I can hear someone talking outside, I think in the distance. And I think it sounds like a road sweeper I can hear as well in the distance. So, but if you're outside, there'll be loads of things you can hear, obviously because I'm in a quiet space. But even that, I was able to name 4 things and describe them. So then we go to the 3. So this is 3 things you could touch. So all about senses, this one, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So 3 things I can touch. So this plant here. So, and it's not just touching it, it's what does it feel like? So it's really engaging with it. So this is, because it's a fake plant, it feels quite hard, but also quite soft as well. Quite flexible, quite bendy. This throw that I'm sat on is really soft to touch. That's nice, that's comforting actually to touch that. And my water bottle, let's pick this up. This is cold, just got it out of the fridge. So this is nice. It's got condensation on the outside, so it's quite smooth and quite heavy. That would be something else I could hear actually if I was to shake that. So they're the 3 things you can touch, but it's engaging with them, you know. And again, you might think, oh God, you know, but it's actually quite simple, you know, and you can do it make it as long or as short as possible, you know, as you want. So, and then the next thing, 2 things you can smell. So I can smell while I'm sat here. My perfume, smell my perfume, smells really nice. And the Febreze, which I sprayed earlier, that smells really, really nice. And again, if you're outside, there'll be loads of different things you can smell. This is why sensory walk is so good. And the last thing, one thing you can taste. So if I was to go over there and get my polos, then I would pop one of those in my mouth. So, and again, great idea to take something out with you when you're going out, if you suffer a little bit with anxiety, stress or overwhelm. So just always have something to hand that you can taste. Again, if you're out and about, you might be able to taste your coffee that you're having, or I could taste this, my water. So just something that you can, and it's really focusing on that polo, not just, okay, I've that polo in my mouth, yeah, I can taste it. It's like, then you analyse it. This is why polos are good. So you can think, yeah, it's got the hole in the middle, really taste that, really notice that. And then it's getting smaller. So it's really, really engaging with it. So that's the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There. Another one is move. Because how often do we, you know, sit in a doctor's surgery and we're anxious like this? You know, we're flicking through a magazine. We're not reading it, but we're just thinking, you know, it's almost like we freeze. And that links to the fight or flight or freeze. So we need to be telling our brains when we're in a freeze or fight or flight that we're able to move. So we're telling our brain we can move away from danger, because that's where it's sent to, thinks we're in danger or it's under threat, or could be a real threat or perceived. It's all about perception as well. So it's all about sending a signal to our brain that we can move. It's so beneficial. So this is why, for example, I have here chairs. All my chairs in my room, they move. So people can swing around or just moving your leg like this. So why sit in a doctor's surgery? You can move your leg. Doesn't matter. People might be looking. Who cares? If you looked around, not everyone would be literally sat like this. It's not, it's just, let's just show our body we can move. It could be fiddling with the hair, and again, that's another texture, fiddling with my hair, what can I feel? So it's just, and you can, in a classroom, it's just getting your body to know, sending a signal to that back brain, we've got this, we're okay, we can move out of our freeze response or fight flight, we can move away from whatever is the perceived or actual threat. So another one, if you're at home, this is if you're in a doctor's waiting room or in a queue, jiggling about or sat here. But if you were literally at home, then the power pose is fantastic for even a morning sort of ritual almost. So it's, this you stand up for. So you stand up, head as high as you can, arms wide up in the air, and you can make up your own. So this power pose is, I will show you my Louise power pose. So imagine then that you've just won gold in the Olympics, you've just gone over the line and you've won the 200 metre sprint, right? You've just won gold. So it's imagine that you literally feel how you feel how elated you feel. You've just won gold in the Olympics. This is amazing. So what would be your power pose at the end when you cross that finish line? So I would stand tall. So always it's because you're standing. So obviously I can't show you here because I'll go out of shot, but you're standing and you're literally head held really high, arms outstretched, power pose. And mine would be literally just like that. Yes, yes, yes. Look how amazing I am. Look what I've done. Go me, because we're our best cheerleaders, we need to be our best cheerleaders. So it could be a cheerleading one that you want to do, Louise, Louise, go me, whatever you want to come up with. And it may sound weird, but it's great. And why not do it every morning when you wake up? But as well as when you're feeling anxious or stressed. So it's all about movement. This links into some other ones later, which we'll go through as well. So the next one, let's have a look. So obviously mindfulness meditation. So this is all great for doing every single day. Meditation is fantastic because it gets you connected to your body because everything is linked. It may start with a thought, and then, before you know it, you're feeling really anxious because of the thought, and then one thought has turned into 2 million thoughts, and you're feeling it then in your whole body, it's really tense, and your stomach's churning, it's just what anxiety sort of is. So it's just, meditation is fantastic, and just being mindful of what's going on for you in your body, just being curious rather than fight against it. So one meditation app, I'm all about free stuff, which I really like, is called Insight Timer. And majority on there is free, so that's all good. There are some other ones you can pay for, but there is, I think, 36,000 or something on there. So, and they've got different categories, so anxiety, stress, they've got an A to Z section, so you can literally meditate. You will meditate to anything, you will find something on there, so give it a try. And you can pick from 5-minute one up to hours. So if you think, I haven't really got time, well, do a 5-minute rejuvenation one in the morning, or do and build it up, and it takes practice. Your mind will be wandering off when you first do it. So it's about getting comfy, getting it snugly on your bed, getting really warm, duvet over you, earphones in, maybe a sign on your door, so you're not going to be disturbed, and just give it a try. What's the worst case scenario? You don't like that one, so you pick another one. But in your mind, you may notice, I can't do this, my mind's wandering off to, I've got to do this, and I've got to do that, I've got to put the dishwasher on, I've got to do a wash, I've got to go to football, you know, there's this, you know, or thoughts. It will do that when you first start. That's okay. Bring it back. This is why on there is a guided section which is fantastic, because they'll guide you through the meditation, and they'll tell you when to breathe, focus on your breathing, and they'll take you to a dreamy place. So definitely worth trying again. So mindfulness meditation, so loud music, again, you know, which links to another section I'm going to talk about in a minute, but grounding, really good. Put on, you know, your headphones, really loud music, it's great for grounding, but go to a empowering soundtrack that you've got, or your favourite go-to empowering song, you know, no sort of, you know, something which makes you really upset or makes you more anxious. Go to something feel good, you know, so get on all your favourite empowering songs on a playlist, you know, and have that to hand, get it prepared. So it's all about getting this stuff prepared. So that's another great one. So another one, bite into anything acidic. So i.e. a slice of lemon or a slice of lime, obviously if you're not allergic to it. And you can carry this around with you. So you could literally slice a piece of lemon or slice a piece of lime, put it into a sandwich bag. Again, you're prepared. Have it with you in your backpack or in your handbag. You know, renew it every week and just have it to hand. And again, because it's that, you know, when you bite into it, again, it's that, okay, bring you back into your body, to the present. So, and that can go with anything, and even a little pack of currants or polos, which I mentioned earlier. Peppermint's really good. Just have things in that you can go to in your bag or when you're out and about. But so biting into anything acidic, ice cubes in the hand, really good. Again, obviously when you're at home with this. So really focusing on those ice cubes in your hand. You know, close your eye, you know, what are you feeling? You know, really, really cold, really. So really describing it in your head, really focusing on that rather than the anxiety and stress and everything else that's going along. You know, even put an ice cube in your mouth, something else you could do at home. So also pinching maybe your earlobe there, because that's actually quite painful, just on the end there. So, and then, or maybe back of the hand is another place, but maybe trying to avoid, some people do the elastic bands, it's not so helpful, but I like that one because it's just there, just instant there. So peppermint, which I mentioned, anything really strong smelling is fantastic. So if you remember sort of smelling salts back in the sort of day, so the peppermint is amazing for grounding. So it could be a pot of Vicks, sniffing that. It could be Vicks sticks. It could be a Be Calm stick. So I hope you found the grounding techniques useful.